If you're watching this, you're probably already familiar with why people are worrying about the current state of Overwatch 2, but if not, here's the brief. About a week ago in a development stream, Jared News and Aaron Keller announced that the Overwatch 2 PvE that they announced back in 2019 would not be happening. And instead we'd be getting story missions rather than a full-fledged campaign. This was announced with the roadmap that showed us what would be coming in the next few seasons, which admittedly didn't seem like much. Yes, we'd be getting a new game mode in Season 6 called Flashpoint, but I don't feel like that justifies the last 4 years of development being scrapped and being put back to square one. I think Charlie Moist Critical put it best in his video about the situation. What the fuck is Overwatch 2? Why is Overwatch 2? Because let's face it, Overwatch 2 just feels like Overwatch 1.5. The game is just a quote-unquote patch of Overwatch 1, with the removal of so many features that made the game so watered down that it might as well just be a puddle of slop. No cards, no medals, no loot boxes, hell. It even took them 2 seasons to add back endorsing the enemy team into the game. They say they're adding new stuff, like events, and then their go-to example is Battle for Olympus, which faced major backlash when it was around. I don't think that a single one of my party that I 5-stack with actually enjoyed it. They just played it because they had to in order to get a skin they wanted because they refused to pay $20 for it. On top of this, they removed the Archives event to give us Star Watch, which sucks because a lot of veteran players put Archives event on a pedestal. It's one of their favourites because it's so different and full of lore. I'm not saying that Star Watch sucks, I kind of enjoyed it for what it was, even if you can complete the challenges in just under an hour. I'm just saying that compared to the Archives event that everyone knows and loves, it's nowhere near the same level as it. People were so excited for this event because the devs said it was going to be partial PvE experience, but they failed to emphasize how partial it was going to be. The Doomfist bot is so laughably bad that it's almost impossible to win as the attackers, and the turrets that help the defenders are pitiful. Let's stop talking about the present and let's move on to the actually pretty bleak future of Overwatch 2. So Season 5 is looking to be a nostalgic season full of pretty much nothing. On Fire returns, Summer Games returns, 5v5 minicomp season is interesting, a new event called Quest Watch to fit in with the season's theme of mischief and magic, which will probably just be a bit of a letdown like Star Watch was. On top of this, we're getting a long overdue Sojourn cinematic, which is cool. I personally quite like Sojourn. I just find it weird that Kiriko got her cinematic before Sojourn, but alright I guess. Overall, it seems like a pretty forgettable season. Season 6, however, is where the real content starts. This is where the reworked PvE story missions come out, as well as Hero Mastery, a new support hero, and a new game mode, Flashpoint. I have no idea what this is going to be. It looks like it might be similar to COD Hardpoint. Honestly, I have no clue, but I guess we'll see. On top of this, we're getting a firing range, the anniversary of Overwatch, and a player progression system outside of just leveling up the battle pass every season. So overall, the season's looking good. The problem is when we look at Season 7 and beyond, there really isn't that much to be excited about. It's just the same kind of stuff that we used to. New maps, new heroes, new skins, that's all really. It also says that the Sombra and Roadhog changes are coming in those seasons, even though they said that the Sombra changes would come in Season 4.
So that was a fucking lie.
This makes me ask the question, what is the future like for Overwatch 2? Is it going to fall into a repetitive hellscape like Destiny 2, where each season is near enough the same content-wise, and the fanbase are basically told to just deal with it? Or are there more exciting things coming? People aren't seeming too hopeful about the future of the game in general. Hell, Flats even said after Season 6 he might consider packing his bags and looking for another game to play.
I'd probably see myself leaving Overwatch after Season 6.
That's how bad this news is. Season veterans are wanting to quit because they're tired. They're tired of Blizzard always lying. They're tired of the current formula of the game. The seasonal structure just isn't as good as how open the game was before they slapped a 2 on the end. Don't confuse this for burnout, because the reality of it is that the game itself is burned out. It's a fraction of what it once was, what made it win Game of the Year award all those years back. It's just like London Spitfire. They won the league a few years ago and now they've fallen apart.